Hey everybody, welcome back to the ABC Photo Guide. My name is John Rivero, the author of the ABC Photo Guide. And today, actually what I've been doing over the last couple of episodes is just talking about various chapters throughout the ABC Photo Guide. And today we'll be focusing on the letter G, and G stands for groups. As a photographer, one of the things you're going to have to do, and if you really want to make it into this industry, you're going to have to learn how to photograph groups. And one of my greatest lessons from photographing groups came from a workshop that I attended in Las Vegas, WPPI, which is the Wedding Portrait Photographer International Convention. And there was one of the great things about the convention is they have a photo competition. And what's great about the photo competition is that you actually get to sit in the room with the judges as they're going through the images and giving them the evaluation and why they're ranking them at a particular score. And what was really neat about this whole process was you actually got to see what they were looking for, what they were evaluating. And what was interesting is there was one particular image that came up of groomsmen, and it was groomsmen seated on a chair, on a table. Some were standing, some were kind of leaned over on somebody else. And what was neat, and the thing that never occurred to me, was how they were set up and why they had won such a high score. And the score I believe they received was an 87, and to be considered world class you had to be 85 or above. So they received an 87, and the reason they received an 87 was because of the pattern within the image. And what I'm talking about, the pattern within the image, is there was triangles, and what they did, they actually walked up to the image and they said, look, there's a triangle here, there's a triangle here, there's a triangle here. And it was a combination of all the triangles and how they were situated that actually made the image look fantastic. And they talked about in, classical painting, it's one of the things that are key to having a good group when you're painting multiple people. So I actually went back, I looked at some famous group photography or group paintings where people were grouped and how they were situated, and that's, it's totally true. The same principles of painting apply to photography, and it applies to when you photograph groups. And in the book I have a couple of images of groups where some of those concepts you can see, the triangle shape of people within the groups. And it's going to be important. Groups are my bread and butter when it comes to wedding photography. People love to take group photos, even in the halls afterwards, and you're doing the family portraits. Group photos are key, and it's so important to have a nice looking group photo, and you can see it, like, it's pleasing to the eye when you have a group photo that's set up correctly. When it's set up incorrectly, it's displeasing, and it actually makes you not want to look at the photo. And my goal is always to have people look at photos as much as possible. So if you want to be a great portrait photographer, if you want to be a great wedding photographer, if you're going to be photographing people and it's more than 3, you're going to want to learn about group photography. You want to learn about painting and how they do their groups, because the same principles apply. Anyway, so there you go. There is your tip from the ABC Photo Guide. G is for groups. Make sure, if you want to learn more about the book, there's a couple of links below. And that is it for now. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Ciao.